Oogly boogly. Late Merry Halloween, suckers. It's that time of year where the only thing more terrifying than ghosts, ghouls, and greedy children on my porch is the requirements for 100%ing video games. I fear that more than just one day a year. Anyways, welcome, my achievement haunters and candy gatherers. This is Beat to Complete, a series where I beat some of your favorite games to 100% completion. This frightful evening, I'm going to escape the cramped and unforgiving maw that is Little Nightmares. With the third game on the horizon, I thought it'd be a fun time to revisit the first entry in the series. This game has 22 achievements for us to go and gather, that being 13 tied to the base game and 9 to the DLC. Well, my friends, no more delay, for it is time to beat to complete Little Nightmares. Women! Oh, phew. It was just a little nightmare. Upon waking up on the wrong side of the suitcase, I head the only way that isn't a wall and pass by a ton of curious creatures scurrying away. On this path, I also light up my first lantern, which is the first of 20 needed for an achievement. And just a little further past the vents, I run by this truly awesome backdrop and happen upon the first of 10 geisha statues, another collectible achievement. Oh, shit. Who did that? No way, is that a random hanging chair? Nothing could top that.
Did we just find a dead person?
I'm just gonna borrow this, sir. In the next room, a lot of dark gunk is smeared on the floor. Just listen to it. Soon after, another one of the weird cone guys pops up out of the fridge and hides. Tracking him down, I provide some nice ambiance and give him a big ol' hug. These little fellas are gnomes, and let me hold your hand when I tell you this, but 13 of them are required for yet another collectible achievement. Retracing my steps, I climb a fridge and evade a leech before he even has a chance to strike.
Ha, you fool! You fell victim to one of the classic blunders!
Well, let's just say the celebration didn't last long as I quickly fell into a room containing the rest of his family. After surviving that, I scale more platforms, and do you guys want to see something epic? And what in God's green earth is that thing? Well, at least there's a rope to help us get up. That's kind of lucky, I guess. Guys, trust in the process. Trust in me! Using a lever hidden behind the door, I can sprint between electrified bars, leading to a room with an eye that petrifies you. I easily evade the watchful eye and hug yet another gnome, followed by smashing another statue. What, you thought there was gonna be another... Catch me, bitch, I dare ya. Sir, respectfully, I was just kidding. Dropping down into the next corridor, I realize I'm feeling a little peckish. Perhaps I'm hungry. Okay, I get it, we're starving, you glutton. Oh, hey, bread. Damn, that is a long way down. Let's be careful to avoid such a fate. Wow, I wonder if people actually fail such a simple jump. At the top of the chain, I can shut down power to the electrified bars, but before heading down, I made sure to hug a third gnome. Making my way back down below, I juke some leeches, hide in shadows, and take a leap of faith across a closing bridge. With that done, Chapter 1 comes to a close and we unlock the first achievement, the prison. Chapter 2 kicks off with stairs, my favorite. Halfway up is an office where we run into a gnome. Following it through the hidden door, I discover a surveillance system. Man, these channels suck. Isn't there anything good on? Finally, I've caught up to you, you twisted gnome. Ascending the stairs, I end up in a rather tall bedroom. There isn't much to do here other than scale the furniture to throw a geisha statue and key from above. I drop down onto the bed and, oh hey, this is actually kind of nice. Using the key, I open the door and take an elevator down. In the shaft below, I succumb to more hunger pangs, but luckily there's a conveniently placed mystery meat to consume. Aw, damn it, I've been had. Yeah, we aren't staying here. Come on, kid, turn that frown upside down. You're gonna help me get out of here. Further along, I run into Mr. Freakishly Long Arms here. I wonder what he's working on over there. Actually, I don't want to stick out to find out. Sneaking by, I attach this crank which opens a trapdoor. Unfortunately, this guy seems to have good hearing and investigates the room. Hold up, guys, is this ableist? Am I running circles around a blind man, thinking he has even a chance at catching me? Nah, that's unlikely. Let's just jump down the hatch. After slipping through the vents and rescuing a gnome, I pop out into a room full of... No, anything but that. Shoes? Alright, I understand. No shoes, no service. Well, that was a close one. While evading the janitor, I managed to break a geisha statue and clamber to higher ground. I escape into a nearby study filled with books and another little gnome. And I know my voice is basically a sweet sonata to your ears, but let me serenade you with something else real quick. Even the game thought my playing was beautiful and rewarded my skill with the Six's Song achievement.
To the ring, to the pen, to the key.
Yeah, this shit's ass. Janitor, I'm over here. I'm eventually cornered in this little room where an epic final battle takes place. The goal is to just jump in between his arms and slowly collapse his cage holding up the door. After doing this a couple times, the janitor becomes effectively a shuckle, and I can go on my merry way. Jumping up to the opening above, I can complete Chapter 2 and unlock the Lair achievement. Chapter 3 begins with an exciting ride on a meat hook. Suddenly, I require sustenance. Much better. Anyways, where was I? Hidden under this ramp lies a geisha statue on a shrine, so I smash it. Continuing on, I find myself in a kitchen with a less than stellar looking chef. 1 star. Jesus Christ, brother, save some oxygen for the rest of us. Running past the chef, I climb up onto the fridge and also light my 20th candle, obtaining the Light Up Your Life achievement. Promise you'll catch me? Okay, I trust you. Across the rafters and past the bathroom rests a bedroom. Oh god, a sunken chef. Actually, it wasn't as bad as it seems. This stupid oaf clearly sees me, but then decides to search under the bed, immediately give up, and then leave for his 12-hour shift. Well, freaky for me, I guess. While backtracking to the locked door, I find one gnome huddled on the bathroom floor and another trapped in a jar in the storeroom. Once they are both saved, I can unlock the side door with the key from earlier. But before heading through, I made sure to do a little cooking myself and chuck 3 ingredients into the pot, therefore becoming a fellow kitchen hand. Now going through the door, I find a meat grinder with a cowering gnome underneath. Up the chute is a freezer room where I drag my meat and pile it on the dispenser. There is even a hidden geisha statue to the right of the freezer. Oh, and a dead body, but we don't talk about that. Grinding down the meat, we can create a weenie rope and swing into a shaft leading to a larger freezer room. I'm then ambushed once more by the chefs and hide in a nearby crate.
I won't forgive the goblins for their evil transgression against my innocent cheese!
On the level above, I snatch a key after causing a racket and hurl myself into the garbage chute. And in the garbage disposal room lies a geisha statue, so I break it before exiting. Back outside, I catch the 2 chefs together cleaning some dishes, so I sneak around them and power up the meat hooks above. You know how it is, one thing leads to another and suddenly I'm riding the hooks to safety. Or so I thought. I fall down and make one final push as I slide out of their grasp, earning me the elusive achievement for dodging 5 enemy grabs. After that comes a clean exit.
Nice throw!
Of course, this escape gives me the kitchen achievement for completing Chapter 3. Taking an immediate left at the beginning of Chapter 4 leads to a lonesome gnome who just wants a hug. Once that is taken care of, I just run to the right and do a lot of climbing. And I truly mean a lot. Like a minute of just straight climbing. But hey, at least I get to view the most wonderful backdrop this game has to offer. Running across the beams above, I witness guests boarding below. But as for why they're here, I still have no clue. Back inside the ship, I bear witness to a lady who looks strikingly similar to the statues I've been breaking all game. Hopefully she doesn't mind? It isn't long before I learn that the guests are here for one thing and one thing only. To gorge to their heart's content. And here I was thinking I had an appetite. Back in the hall, each guest is freakier than the last as I dodge left and right throughout the various facilities.
Today we're having french fries.
Further along, I even get chased by one of the chefs again, forcing me to hide in a nearby bathroom. Here I can break a false mirror revealing a hidden room behind it. But real talk guys, who the hell in their right mind would go into these grotesque creatures? I would! And who the hell are you? After throwing another antique statue, I ride the elevator up and discover a gnome chilling next to a sleeping guest. I barely made it a hallway further before being ambushed by a horde of crazed guests, and it was a close one. And let me tell you that all that running has got me rather ravenous. Luckily, this gnome here has brought me some good grub, so let's give him a hug. Oh, good heavens! Trudging onwards, I witnessed the lady from earlier entering an elevator, so I decided to tail her. On my way over, I obliterate a geisha statue for good luck. With that done, I enter the elevator and get the guest area achievement for completing Chapter 4. Chapter 5 begins and I arrive in the ladies' quarters and follow the sound of someone humming. In the room, the lady is filming a get ready with me, and I'm not gonna bother with interrupting that because I don't really care. The next room over, I smash vases like a CERN green-clad Hylian and obtain a key. Going back the way I came, I continue my rampage and smash the final geisha statue, unlocking the Rascal achievement. Opening the locked door leads to a dark set of corridors filled with mannequins. It was definitely a quiet and easy trip to the rightmost room, which houses a mirror. Now what's so special about this mirror?
I don't know. I just got here.
Though I suspect it has something to do with not being broken. Oh god, I'm not good at talking to tall women. Oh. Problem solved. I ain't even gonna lie to you guys, this was the easiest thing to survive all game. I would say it quite literally went like this. Well, would you look at that, I have a picture of a wet sausage. Wait a minute, that's you! Ah! Hold up, I can't die yet, I'm still hungry. I stumble over to the weakened lady, and during which my stomach was making the rumblies. That only hands could satisfy. Guys, I think I'm starting to notice a pattern. I think 6 might be just the tiniest bit evil, like just a teensy-weensy bit nefarious, if you will. I could be wrong, though. Ah, who am I kidding? We're definitely a virtuous individual. On my way out of this forsaken ship, we earned the Ladies' Quarters achievement for completing Chapter 5, and by extension, the main story. All that's left is to exit the maw that is my basement and finally touch grass. The base game of Little Nightmares is now 100% complete. Is what I would personally love to say, but there is actually one final achievement to obtain. Let's see what we got here. The final one is, Hard to the Core, in which the goal is to complete the game in under an hour, without dying. Okay, let's do this. Starting off, Chapter 1 is light work. The only enemies are leeches for the first half, and other than that, it's basically just beginner parkour. There were also the eye rooms that were also just easy to save time on by hugging the wall behind them. And speaking of time, I jumped around a lot during these runs, and I'm honestly unsure if it was faster or slowed me down. The hardest part of this chapter was probably my encounters with the janitor, but if you distract him, he's easy enough to slip by. Chapter 2 was much more difficult by comparison. The first bit is all just puzzling, so no danger there, and after you get kidnapped, the first obstacle you'll see is inside the wrapping room. And ironically enough, the janitor, or the first major enemy you face, is probably the most difficult of the enemies you'll see during the entire no-death run. Luckily, there tend to be lots of viable routes that will not provoke him, but we also want to be quick, so sometimes you just gotta run for it. Additionally, his lanky arms are the biggest issue since they seemingly grab you from out of nowhere. And then there's his boss fight, which is also so easy to die in since you have to jump right in between his arms, and the hitbox of the crate is whack as hell. Like, look how close I was to dying here on my winning run, for example. Other than the janitor, the rest of the level flies by with no trouble. Chapter 3 seems like it should be hard, but was actually incredibly easy, as the chefs are bumbling imbeciles and can hardly catch up to a tiny running banana. Plus, if you're fast enough, you can even avoid half the hiding sections by going to the next part of the level before they even reach the room you're supposed to be in. And even if they do notice you, they can't reach you with their stubby little arms. The only near-death experience I ever had in this chapter was with the chase sequence, because sometimes those hooks barely get out of reach and the chefs can catch up to you. Chapter 4 is fairly short and has 2 choke points. The first is this dining table room full of grubby hands, and while I never died on it, it definitely got my heart racing. It's such a crucial chapter. The second part that actually did kill me once was this horde of guests that chases you down a long hallway. Running out of sprint and getting crushed by furniture cost me an entire run one of them, and honestly, that kinda sucked. Once you escape them, it is on to Chapter 5, the finale. And just like I said during the initial playthrough, the lady and this chapter in general is a breeze with only 3 parts you can actually die at. Sneak past her for the first section and you're good, run in a straight line here and you're safe, and then slightly turn in her direction with the mirror and you're golden. And with that, I unlocked Hard to the Core achievement with no deaths and only a 45-minute, 10-second run. But hey, we did it! Woo! It was just a dream. Wait, there's DLC too? No! That's right, now that the base game is complete, we'll set our sights on the secrets of the Maw DLC in the next video. What exactly has been occurring in the shady lower chambers of the Maw? Whatever it is, let's just hope there are no more long-armed freaks to worry about. This has been 100% Hunter, and as always, I hope you follow your instincts and continue the hunt. Until next time, friends.